The angle has obtained shocking allegations leveled by the Trump administration against New York Attorney General Letitia James. The Federal Housing Finance Agency has sent a criminal referral to the DOJ accusing James of mortgage fraud.
What say you, Miss Mika?
I say, lock her up. She a felon. That's exactly who she looks like. You do it.
Would you call Ben Crump and say it's because I'm black?
The guy's a dick. Let's just put it that way.
That attorneys general representing our respective states stand up and enforce the rule of law. The president of these United States is not above the law.
No matter how rich, powerful, or politically connected you are, everyone must play by the same rules.
Please sue him for us.
Oh, we're going to definitely sue him. We're going to be a real pain in the
And now the Trump Justice Department may be a pain in her you-know-what. The angle has obtained shocking allegations leveled by the Trump administration against New York Attorney General Letitia James. The Federal Housing Finance Agency has sent a criminal referral to the DOJ accusing James of mortgage fraud. In a letter to Attorney General Pam Bondi, Director Bill Pulte says James appears to have falsified records in order to meet certain lending requirements and receive favorable loan terms. He cited a property in Virginia that she's allegedly claimed as her principal residence and a property in New York that she claimed as a 4-unit structure instead of the required, instead of a 5, which Pulte says means she was able to get a different type and more favorable loan. Joining me now is Jonathan Turley, Fox News contributor and law professor at GW University. Jonathan, mortgage fraud is rampant in the United States. There's all sorts of fraud that's rampant. There's disability fraud that they've vowed to crack down on in the Trump administration. But this is another thing that they have vowed to crack down on because it costs real money. Your reaction to these allegations?
Well, obviously, the irony is perfectly crushing. This is a person who prosecuted Trump for everything short of ripping a label off a mattress. And among the charges that were brought in New York, in not just the civil but the criminal case, was making false or misleading statements to financial institutions. And one of these sections, Section 1014 of the federal code, is prosecuted. It took me about 60 seconds of a search to find cases that the Department of Justice brought against people who falsely claimed that property was their principal residence in order to get loans. So this is well-tread areas for the Justice Department. As for James, if we apply the Letitia James standard that she created, there'd be little question here. This seems pretty straightforward. What the administration is saying is this was not her principal residence. In fact, as a New York elected official, she had to say that her principal residence was in New York. This was an out-of-state residence. But also, they claim that in some of these forms, she actually states that her father is her husband in order to file as a married couple. So there's a lot of those questions. And as you know, the Supreme Court just stated earlier in March in a case called Thompson that they want to see knowing false statements under sections like 1014, not just misleading statements. These are misleading statements. Either it's your principal residence or it's not.
Or it's not.
Either you're married to your father or he's your father. So they can this can satisfy the Thompson standard.
Yeah, well, Jonathan, we reached out to the DOJ and they have no comment on this referral. We also reached out to Attorney General James, who did not respond to us either. So again, everyone wants the best interest rate you can get. I understand that. But, she's a lawyer. She knows that when you sign a mortgage application, that mortgage application, if you're borrowing money, if you're not borrowing money, nobody cares whether it's your principal residence, except, where you file your taxes. But she decided to state that that was her principal residence, knowing it was not her principal residence. I didn't even know she had property. I mean, I guess she had property in Virginia and she has rental or investment property in New York. That's fine. But in the New York matter, to get the favorable rate, the building could only have 4 units. But for, it looks like its entirety, the entirety of this building, it had 5 units, meaning it was in violation of the actual loan agreement. And again, this is not a novel application of the law, Jonathan. As you stated during the persecution of Donald Trump, she was using all these novel applications of law to go after him. This isn't novel. This is a black and white issue. You either did or you didn't.
What say you, Miss Mika?
I say, lock her up. She a felon. That's exactly who she looks like. You do it. That's exactly what she looks like. Ma'am, do you have on bottoms? Yeah, that's her. That's her. I 100% agree.
So you saying lock her up?
Yeah.
Nothing else. Just
Yeah.
We have been helping people grow online. It has been absolutely amazing. We have helped many content creators get from 0 to monetization in under 30 days. We even have a couple of these superstars who did it in 1 or 2 weeks. If you want to learn how to do YouTube, I don't care your age, I don't care what skills or talents you have. Trust me, I can help you do it effortlessly. Just reach out to me with the word coach and we can get it done. One more thing. We have a YouTube course that I just now created. I'm extremely proud of, and a lot of people are getting so much from. Purchase that course and work with us. You can join our private Facebook group and our daily group calls, which is 3 to 5 days per week, and you can learn so much more than you've ever learned before. I can't wait to hear from you. Love you. Peace.
Look. I got rental properties. I got how you cannot do any of that. She's trying to do the same thing that Marilyn Mosby did. Marilyn Mosby did the exact same thing. Okay. Marilyn Mosby went down there to Florida trying to lie when she's supposed to be up here in Maryland. Okay. Letitia is doing the same thing. She's trying to do whatever property in Virginia. To me, the big thing would be the fact that you said it was a 4 unit, it's a 5 unit. There's no inspections or anything like, which makes me think this is bigger than Nino Brown, because where's the rest of this? Yeah, where's the rest of this stuff? Like, why is there no documentation of that, especially in New York, because buildings are just falling at this point. So there's nothing saying that the structure is a 5 unit structure. So are you falsifying those records as well? Like how would
they would falsify everything?
You have to. That's what
everything.
So you see on the surface they're trying to make it seem like but when you think about it, it's like you got to go through all these steps even before you get the loan. So how many things did you falsify? How many things did you have to lie about just to get it? So that tells me, yes, it is mortgage fraud. But New York is running rampant with fraud.
Well, I have a question for you. Has Marilyn Mosby been dealt any like any jail time or anything like that?
She has to stay she has to stay at home. She's basically like on house arrest in Maryland.
For real?
Yeah. So she tried to get another job and she couldn't get another job because she cannot leave. I think it's for like a year. And Angela Rye and her crazy self tried to get Jim Crow Joe to give her a pardon. Jim Crow Joe was like, negative.
Oh yeah, it's hilarious seeing her being denied that pardon too. It's hilarious seeing her being.
She was like, I did all this stuff for Kamala. He was like, I don't like her either.
Joe Biden voted for Trump.
I damn sure know Jill did.
Hey.
And the way Joe Biden looking, she probably voted for both of them. Let me just sign his name too. Auto pin it.
If I was Dr. Jill Biden, and you got to say the doctor, put some respect on her name. You put some respect.
What kind of doctor? A talking doctor or
be Dr. J.
Or MD.
Maybe she good with the rock.
I don't care. That woman, whatever. Well, we do know she does know foreign policy because she had a whole cabinet meeting.
She did. And she was at the head of the table. She looked like the Don, like Don Corleone.
Glasses sitting low. So yeah, whatever.
Yeah, she was the man that day.
This woman is she better hope Trump just has mercy. Because Trump does that a lot. He let it go. And Trump is petty. But
he can be.
Oh yeah, he petty boots. I love it. But
He can be.
For some reason, when it comes down to it, a lot of the times he lets it go. One, I think it's because he has a good heart. Two, you know, a lot of men don't like to harbor stuff like that. And then three, I also think he's strategic though. He keeps it in his back pocket just in case he ever might need it. So I think there's a lot of things that go into that.
You ready to argue about it?
Go ahead.
How about this? About to give her the business. I ain't got none on this one. I ain't got none on this one. I want to argue for Letitia James in some type of way, but I don't have anything on this one. Why? Because she said no one's above the law. She hit Trump for $450 million out of his bank account trying to be petty for doing the same exact things that she's being accused of right now. And he actually was able to prove his. He was like, we paid all of the money back. We good. What are you talking about? It's no victims. There's no victims here. We didn't lie on anything. We took care of the companies that were involved. We Gucci. So what's her excuse? It seems like until we hear from her, she don't have any excuses. So I can't argue for her. I want to, but I can't.
She said no. She's already said that she didn't do anything wrong.
Would you expect her to say I did it? She's supposed to say I didn't do anything. She got to buy her some time.
It's public record. Like, ma'am, we see you.